Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow?
How's your garden grow?
With silver bells and cockle shells, all pretty maids all in a row, all pretty maids all in a row.
Huh, okay.
There ain't no pretty maids here, my dears. Just death and deception.
Mary.
Pretty much. So again, contrary basically means a fact or a condition that is incompatible with another. Okay?
Contrary.
Yeah,
Like, contrary
exactly,
to popular belief.
And it's definitely one way to describe a murderous psychopath.
That's very true. Yeah. She's definitely contrary.
Yes.
She's definitely a little different to the populace.
Pretty much. So
She's-
again...
She's definitely just a smidge, not like the other girls, this psychopathic murderer.
Pretty much. So I mean, like, obviously, reading out that nursery rhyme, it reads almost like a solicitation for, like, gardening advice,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Plant them in a row, cockle shells.
Yeah. But it's actually recounting the homicidal nature
You're
of
joking.
Queen Mary I of England, aka
I guess
Bloody
why
Dun,
this she
dun,
was
dun, dun.
called Bloody Mary, I guess.
So she was a fierce believer in Catholicism.
Yep.
Her reign as queen from 1553 to 1558 was marked by
That is like 5 years. That's
Yeah.
not that long.
They don't usually reign for very long.
That's very true.
'Cause
You
they
don't
get
hear
killed.
about that like, oh, did you hear that king that died of natural causes? It
No,
doesn't happen that
apparently,
much.
from Rubens I've heard, she actually burnt 300 Protestants at the stake, which is not being mean. That's just being horrible.
Man,
Yeah.
I know literally nothing about like the Protestant and Catholicism hating each other. Like literally nothing about it. I'm so glad that hearing about this, apparently that was the biggest thing at the time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So obviously she's called Bloody Mary because her reign was basically marked by the execution of hundreds of Protestants.
Wow.
Also, side fact that silver bells and cockle shells
Mm.
are actually torture devices and not garden.
Wait,
accoutrements.
really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Silver Bell
What?
makes it sound like a Christmas song.
I thought they were like little dangly flowers.
Oh no!
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Silver bells basically were thumb screws that were used
Oh, I hate this.
to crush thumbs between two hard surfaces. So if you think like the
thumb
C clamp
screw.
kind of things, like sticking your thumb in one of those, basically is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You
What
think-
is a cockle shell?
I was gonna say, you
know.
think silver bells are bad?
I don't want to know.
All I will say is cockle shells were torture devices used on victims' nether regions.
Ah, what? What? I know that rhyme, bro. Yeah, nursery rhymes are all about getting kids to, like, get up and go. Yeah, get up and go and run away from cockle shells and silver bells.
Exactly. It's basically like behave or...
Yeah, exactly. So what's the... Could I read the line there, please?
There you go.
So, okay. Contrary, how did your garden grow? Oh, goodness gracious me. Wow,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Oh, yeah.
They're not plants? I've never thought to Google those
No,
before.
same.
Sheesh. So, and pretty maids all in a row. Is that just like to hit the rhyme or?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sort of hit the rhyme.
And now we're from the other side. So where Three Blind Mice was like a Bloody Mary, Mary quite contrary is very anti-Bloody
Yes.
Mary.
They
because it's
flipped it
talking
around.
about- Yeah, they
Exactly,
did.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. You know, what I think, like, not only that is this like just cool to hear about all of these origins and stuff, but like, obviously this is stuff that we know, right? And I think that if either of us who hadn't read these before, Jake, had thought about the rhythm we remember, we would have remembered the lyrics of Mary Quite Contrary,
Yeah.
right? And all of them, yeah?
Yeah, we just seemingly think that because it's a nursery rhyme, we seemingly think that because it's that, there's no darker meaning. However,
it's like for kids.
however,
exactly.
back
So
in those
innocent.
days, they had meanings that were
Yeah.
way darker. For
Yeah.
example, London Bridge is falling
Yeah,
down.
Yep.
the human sacrifice.
Human
The-
sacrifices,
It's so
yeah.
cool. It's so cool that these are like little information packets of history, right?
So if you think Ghost is scary, about like 400 years before that, there was a guy writing about a human sacrifice on a bridge.
And these are just like these are ways to like keep history alive through the easiest
Yeah.
and most like the most simplest way. Like you imagine like how popular or how like out at like left field that these would have been back in the day. Like to sing "Mary, Mary, Quiet Control" would have been like, oh, don't let her hear you say that
exactly,
or whatever.
yeah.
And now they're like nothing. It's like that's so cool. That's really really cool. That they're like little. Like USB sticks of
Yes.
like information, like little packets of easily transferable information between people. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like, you know, even sort of going into it, like, you know, I got to delve a little bit into sort of like, you know, the fairy tales and the folklores and where that came from. And that is just
That's
as gruesome
just
and
as
twisted.
gruesome. Oh, I
Like,
love it.
So, you know, that could be something I could do down the track.
Hell
but, like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm like, thank God for Disney because they really made it actually something a lot more pleasant than what it is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you know what? That brings us to the end of our
does.
show,
I know.
guys. Yeah, unfortunately, but you know what? We learned a hell of a lot. That
Heck
was
yeah.
super cool.
yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to tell this to all of the people I work with, bro. I do that with every one of these, you know. I go in and I'm like, you'll never guess what I learned about today, but this was hella cool. Thank you, Marie, for doing this report. This
Nice.
was great. This was awesome. All right, well, should we leave off with one more song? What's our
Why
one
not?
more song going to be?
Harry, you're gonna like this. It's
Oh,
the
really?
Human Circuit
Hey!
with Greaves.
Oh, I do like
Hey,
Greaves.
that's a good
This.
one.
Ooh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Don't
that was
freak
my
out,
one mistake.
don't panic.
All right. All right. All right. We have been out of the robot
Okay.
for the whole thing.
All
Right now. Listen to me, boys. Listen to me. We're going to be in the robot.
Okay.
This was Discover Thursdays with Haz,
And Jake,
And McGee,
listening to songs.
you didn't.
no existence.
We did it!
Yeah.